Maybe today you open it just to download Chrome, or maybe you've forgotten it entirely. But there was a time when Firefox was the very symbol of digital freedom. Born from the ashes of Netscape, raised in defiance of a monopoly, Firefox was never just a browser. It was an idea. It changed the way we use the web, made open innovation possible, and today it's on the verge of disappearing. In this video, I'll tell you the real story of Firefox, its rise, its revolutionary impact, and its slow, dramatic fall. Its origins reach back to a time when the internet was just beginning to take shape, and Microsoft's Internet Explorer dominated almost entirely. The history of Firefox is inextricably linked to Netscape Communications, a pioneering company in the browser landscape. In 1994, Netscape launched Netscape Navigator, the first commercial browser to achieve widespread success. However, with Microsoft's entry into the browser market and the ensuing browser war of the 1990s, Netscape faced near collapse. Internet Explorer, integrated into Windows and offered freely, swiftly eroded Netscape's market share. In a strategic response, Netscape made the bold decision in 1998 to release its browser's source code, thereby founding the Mozilla organization. This organization took on the mission of developing an open-source alternative to Internet Explorer. The initial project, Mozilla Suite, was a comprehensive browser with numerous features, yet it grew cumbersome and heavy. It's a lesser-known fact that Firefox was not originally part of Mozilla's grand project. In 2002, two developers within the Mozilla organization, Dave Hyatt and Blake Ross, undertook an experimental endeavor named Phoenix. Phoenix emerged as a response to Mozilla Suite's excessive complexity, which was seen as laden with superfluous features. The goal was to create a lightweight, intuitive, and fast browser by stripping away all but the essentials. The name Phoenix was chosen to signify a rebirth from the ashes of Netscape, which had been practically obliterated in the browser wars with Microsoft. Phoenix began to gain popularity, yet Mozilla was forced to rename the browser in 2003 due to legal issues with Phoenix Technologies, a BIOS manufacturer. Following considerable debate, the browser was rechristened Firebird. However, this too led to controversy, as there already existed an open-source project named Firebird's SQL. To avoid conflicts within the open-source community, Mozilla settled on a new name, Firefox. In 2004, Firefox was launched with a unique and memorable identity, both legally distinct and visually captivating, symbolized by the iconic logo of a stylized fox encircling a globe. The original Firefox logo, the renowned red panda, often mistaken for a fox, was crafted in 2004 by designer John Hicks. Mozilla's team initially envisioned the emblem as a red panda, or Firefox, but Hicks and his colleagues reinterpreted it as a fox encircling a globe, evoking a browser that embraces global connectivity. The fox's flame-like form around the globe symbolized Firefox's speed, potency, and expansive reach. Over the years, the logo evolved to reflect minimalist design trends while retaining the essence of the fox embracing the globe. In 2019, the icon became even more abstract, with a cleaner, geometrically stylized representation of flames enveloping the Earth. Firefox 1.0 was officially launched on November 9, 2004, to much acclaim. Unlike the Mozilla Suite, Firefox focused on a simple interface and prioritized features like tabbed browsing and advanced bookmark management. A groundbreaking aspect was the ability to expand functionality through extensions, allowing users to tailor the browser to their needs. Mozilla's innovative marketing campaign, funded through crowdsourcing, included a bold, full-page advertisement in the New York Times, an unusual move for an open-source project that generated widespread media attention. In its first year, Firefox was downloaded over 100 million times, reclaiming significant market share from Internet Explorer and emerging as a true alternative in nearly a decade. This browser has represented not only an open-source alternative, focused on user privacy, but also a vessel of freedom and innovation for the very web itself. Just as highways are designed with the type of vehicles in mind, the digital infrastructure of the web evolves in response to the browsers that traverse it. If this traffic is predominantly composed of heavy trucks, it necessitates robust, wide lanes. For sports cars, a surface with greater adherence. In this way, a browser's influence extends far beyond simple functionality. Indeed, browsers can shape entire digital ecosystems, fostering or stymieing entire projects. This is why companies like Microsoft and Google continue to invest billions of dollars in browser development. In practical terms, Mozilla's browser has fostered and promoted numerous technologies that we now take for granted, but which are not solely reliant on Firefox's future. Mozilla was one of the earliest champions of HTML5, a groundbreaking advancement in HTML that introduced native video and audio support, canvas-based 2D graphics, and enhanced web semantics. The Foundation also developed the SpiderMonkey JavaScript engine and played a pivotal role in JavaScript's evolution, proposing features like ASM.js and WebAssembly to support high-performance code execution. Mozilla spearheaded WebAssembly, a standard enabling near-native code performance for complex applications, such as gaming and image processing. The browser was instrumental in the development of WebRTC, a standard for peer-to-peer communication without the need for plugins, marking a major advancement for video conferencing and chat applications. In addition, Firefox collaborated with other vendors to establish CSS grid layout, greatly simplifying the creation of responsive and complex web designs. Mozilla also supported the standardization of service workers, enabling progressive web apps, PWAs, with offline functionality and background updates. The Foundation was an early advocate for SVG, scalable vector graphics, a vector format allowing scalable images without loss of quality. Though not universally adopted, the browser introduced and promoted Do Not Track, DNT, empowering users to express their preference against online tracking. The web as you see it today, with all its diverse capabilities and possibilities, exists as it does, in part thanks to Firefox. Analyzing how Firefox moved from a position of vibrant growth and user attention, with over 30% of the market share, to just 3% today, we can trace several key factors. While Mozilla secured funding through an agreement to make Google its default search engine, this created a dependency on a major competitor. When Google Chrome launched in 2008, Mozilla became financially reliant on a company that was actively promoting its own browser, which gradually eroded Firefox's market position. Chrome's rapid development and optimization, particularly in speed and memory management, posed a significant challenge. Firefox's Gecko engine struggled to keep pace, even with Mozilla's Quantum project aimed at improving performance. Meanwhile, companies like Google, Microsoft, and Apple introduced proprietary technologies optimized for their own ecosystems, creating a lock-in effect. This was especially impactful in the enterprise space, where Chrome quickly became the standard. Firefox's interface also underwent significant changes, such as the 2014 Australis design, which aimed to mimic Chrome's appearance. These changes alienated some of Firefox's long-standing users who valued its customizability. In 2017, Mozilla replaced its unique XPCOM extension system with web extensions to align with Chrome's model. However, this change limited customization and led to the loss of popular Firefox extensions, frustrating its dedicated user base. Firefox also struggled to gain traction in the mobile market, where Chrome and Safari were pre-installed on Android and iOS. Mozilla's attempts to capture mobile users, including initiatives like Firefox OS, were largely unsuccessful, making it difficult to stay relevant as more web traffic shifted to mobile. Mozilla launched various side projects, such as Firefox OS, Firefox Hello, and Mozilla VPN, but many were discontinued. This diverted resources and sometimes clouded Firefox's core mission, while competitors focused on building cohesive ecosystems. So what remains of Firefox today? A few percentage points of market share? A fading logo? No. What remains is something far more important, the idea that a browser can be more than just a gateway to Google Docs or Facebook. Firefox stood for the notion that the web should be free, open, and driven by users, not corporations. It reminded us that even in the face of giants, it's possible to build something different, something better, as a community. Yes, Mozilla has made mistakes. Yes, Firefox has lost ground, not just in numbers, but in relevance. But ask yourself, is the web today better without it? Are we really more free, more in control, more protected, in a world where 2 or 3 corporations shape almost everything we see online? The disappearance of Firefox would not just be the end of a piece of software. It would signal the loss of resistance, the fading echo of a time when people still believed in reshaping the internet through code, ethics, and collaboration. And yet, not all is lost. Firefox is still here. We are still here. And perhaps what's needed now is not another feature update, not another UI redesign, but a bold act of redefinition. Maybe the next chapter is not about survival but revival, a return to purpose, a rediscovery of its role as a disruptor, a rebellion once again. Because if we let Firefox disappear quietly, we're not just losing a browser. We're surrendering the possibility that technology can still be shaped by values, not just by profit. And that might just be something worth fighting for.